Okay, just going to try and create an example of a post, a blog post on the oldantarcticexplorers.com website. So in this example, you'll have already gone to oldantarcticexplorers.com/wp-admin. You've logged in, and you're now on the dashboard. You can see you're logged in because there's my test run um, login. Got the dashboard on, page up. On the left-hand side here, you can see all the little options. You'll go down to Add New because you're creating a new post. You click on that, give it a few seconds for it to come up, and this is basically what the new post page will look like. This is your template to create a post. This isn't what it's going to look like when you post it. This is just the format of how you get to input your information to then share it as a blog post. And we'll see an example of what the post will look like when it's all done. But for right now, this is just, this is just the basic template for it. So now you might have an idea for a story. You might want to be, posting about your personal experiences in Antarctica, or you might want to share some pictures or some various other things about Antarctica. And that's all great. For this example, I'm just going to show you kind of how to do a quick and easy post, how I do a lot of posts for the page, for the site. And basically what I do is I go to Google. And I'll go to Google and I'll type in Antarctica. And that brings up various Antarctica things under the All tab. I'll then move my mouse over to News, click on News, and this is news stories about Antarctica through the search engine Google. And I'll look, you'll see that these first ones, this top one is 11 hours old, the second one's 11 hours old, the other ones, the next one's from the 14th, the next one's from the 12th, that sort of thing. I'm just going to go with the second one, Man Swims 1K of Icy Waters off coast of Antarctica, as an example. So I'll click on that, and yep, let it load. Give it a few minutes. Now this is from the mirror.co.uk, from the British magazine, The Mirror, their website. So I'm going to highlight that first paragraph and do a copy, Control C, to copy that headline. Then I'm going to go back to the blog new post page, and I'm going to go put this headline in the body, what's going to be the body of the post, of the blog posting. Now, put my cursor down there, I'll drop one line, do a little indent, and do a Control V to paste that headline in there. So, man swims 1 kilometer of icy water. Now, you'll note that the text is quite large, and that's because it's under heading 1, and that's what I wanted. I want that to stand out, so I'm using it as a heading. When I type, it'll be just a much smaller font. It'll be paragraph size instead of heading 1, which is what the headline is under. But for now, we're going to highlight that again. I'll go back. I'll click on the URL for the website for this article. I'll do another Control C for that. Go back to the blog post. Now, since I've already got it highlighted, all I'm going to do here is insert the link, basically the website link to that news story. I'm going to insert it so that it'll the highlighted area, the highlighted headline, will have it be underlined and bold. And what that does is when you click on it, it will take you to that link, to that web page. So I click on that. I do a Control V. There's the URL, and then I'll just hit enter, and now you'll see that it's in blue, it's bold, and it's underlined. So when someone comes to look at the story, to look at your blog post, they'll see that highlighted blue with the underline, and they can click on that, and that'll take them to the news story. So now that's taken care of. I'll go back and I'll enter my title, and I'll call it Icy Swim off Antarctica. So we'll go in and we'll read a little bit about this story. The Brit endured sub-zero temperatures to complete the swim in the icy waters of the Bellinghausen Sea with only a kayak for support. All right, so yeah, we've got all kinds of good little information here. So I will do a little intro on the page here. I'll go back to the blog page and I'll call it British Man's. I'll just do it in Man's Icy Swim to raise climate change awareness. Colon. So I'm assuming by environment he's talking about climate change, but we'll just confirm and wearing nothing but swimming trunks. Let's I'm going to call 7 million. Calls for 7 million ocean around the continent to be turned into. Okay. Environment patron of Oceans for United Nations said, I swim in these experiments, but we're doing to the environment. Okay. And so I'll change that instead of climate change. Just environmental. Okay, so environmental awareness. To raise environmental awareness. Okay, so that's a pretty simple blog post. I'm not quite finished here. I'm going to add, try and find a picture to add, see what other details I can fill in. There's some other little settings I can change on the sides here. But that's basic content. So let's go and let's see if we can find a picture. So let's see if we can find patrons of the ocean. See if we can find a photo for that. Now we'll go to Google again. This is how I often find images to use with the blog posts. I'll do another search, environment, patron of oceans. I will go to images. Under that key, okay, so it looks like he must be him. Now to use some of these pictures, I want to make sure that they're in the public domain. So I'll click on Tools over here. I'll go to Usage Rights, and I'll go to the Labeled for Reuse. And this should be photos that are in the public domain, so pretty much anybody can use them. So I'll go with that. I don't think I want Patron bottle. I don't necessarily see anything about that guy's swim. Not in the public domain, anyway. Got a kind of a cool picture there I could use. Maybe that's not so bad. For our example, I'll just do it quick. So I'll view the image, brings up the full-size image. And then I'll do a right click on it. Save image as. I'll save it on to here. Splash. Okay, so I've got a picture now. Maybe not the best picture, but it's a picture. And for this example, I'll put that in. Now, where I'll put that picture, you have two options. You can add media. which is this little button over here, and that will put it into the body of, basically wherever you put your cursor. You can then put Add Media. You can see these this is the tab for the media library. That's all these pictures I've already uploaded to the media library that are in there. But I'm going to upload that picture. So I'll go to Upload Files, select Files, go to Downloads, working on it. And yeah, this is just kind of jumping through the hoops to get some pictures to complement the post. It's good to have some images, some things that, capture people's eyes when when they're breezing through. There's the photo. So it's loading it here. Looks good. I'll put insert into post, and there you go. So when you post that you'll see the headline, you'll see the British Science, the comment, the link there, and that little bubbles graphic picture. Now, it's kind of, like I said, it's not the best photo for this article, so I'll see if I can't find one for this guy Lewis and see what I can find. So now we'll scroll up in Google. See if I can. Now you'll see that all of these photos right here are labeled for reuse. And there's some pictures of the guy Lewis, the one that did the swim. So there's some good ones here, some good size ones. I mean, a few different dimensions. I'm assuming that's him. Let's see if that's him. Let's visit the page. So it looks like he's done a swim in the North Pole. But that's a pretty good picture. So I will save image as, just like we did the last one, save it. And then I'll go back. Okay. So I'm going to put the other picture, the one I just downloaded, into a different location. It's called the featured image. So on the right-hand side here, I scroll down to the area called featured image. You can have featured, secondary, third image. But for this example, we're going to put this as the featured image. Same sort of exercise as the last one. We'll go to Upload Files, select Files. There's his photo. And it's loading. It's loaded. And I'll click as set as featured image. Give it a second on the page, and there you go. There's this featured image. So those two images will be in different locations on the posting, but for this example, it just kind of gives you an idea of where and what you can do with these. All right, so that's some basic content. Now, something that you want to do, or you can consider doing, is depending on where you're at in the world, you may want to publish a post at a later date or time. I do this a lot because I'm in New Zealand, and so I will often want to publish the post at the website is set up. The Old Antarctic Explorers.com website is set up based on mountain time, which is Colorado, Denver, that time zone. I set up the website so that it is on that time zone. I did that because there's a lot of the audience that is located in the Colorado area, so I wanted to be relevant to them and to pop up on Facebook and these other social medias at certain times relevant to them, that they can see it and share it around and not just have it scroll off the screen. So to do this, what you're looking at is over on this right hand side, you see the publish section. Now currently it says it's to publish immediately, and I don't want that. I want it to publish later. If I wanted to publish immediately, all I would have to do is leave it like that, where it says publish immediately, and then click the publish button over on the side. Could do that, but I want this to publish tomorrow, or at 10 a.m., and I'll do it on the 17th, tomorrow, 10 a.m. On December 17th, I'll click OK. See, now it says scheduled for December 17th, 10 a.m. It'll be 10 a.m. Mountain Time, and I can actually schedule this now if I want. I'm going to add in a few other little things before I do that. You can, certainly hit the schedule now and then edit it. You've got time to edit it. Let's do that. I'll hit schedule. And it's thinking about it. Okay, so now I can still edit the post. But you see where its post is scheduled up here. But for right now, I'm going to do a little bit more editing. I'm going to scroll down a bit more on this right-hand side. I'm going to leave the format the way it is. It's fine as the standard format. I'm going to go down here. You see the categories listing. You want to select some categories. Posts is the default category. Everything you post is, if you don't change this, it'll go under, it'll just be filed under the posts category. But I'm actually going to unclick that one, click on Antarctica, scroll through this a bit more. It's important to put it under the categories. I'll tick the box for climate change, although it's more environment, and I'll tick the one for environment. I'll tick the one for conservation because it talks a bit about conservation. Keep scrolling down. Locations. This was Russian Bellinghausen Station. Nope. Let's see. Research, preservation, not really. Keep scrolling. Did I see the United Kingdom? The guys from the UK. Weather, wildlife. Not really weather, not really wildlife. So yeah, that's a couple of categories, decent enough information to put in there. So I'll tag British because he's British. And yeah, so those are going to be my categories. Now I also need to put in some tags. Again, tags will help to identify and help the post be found by search engines and that sort of thing. So I'll put a couple of tags. I'll put swim, British, solo, man, Antarctica. Okay, so that's what I've got so far. His name's Lewis. I'll put his name as part of the post or one of the tags. What else do we have? Bellinghausen C. I'll put C. I'll put that in there. He's part of an organization. What's the name of the organization again? Antarctica 2020. So we'll save that, copy that, put that in there. Let's see, what else we got? This is it's also the environment patron of the oceans for the United Nations. UN. So I'm going to copy all of that. I'm going to tidy it up a little bit over here. So I'll use both UN and United Nations. Text. for that, and a comma between those two. And so I've added all of that. Come on, show me the tags. Okay, so sorry, if you hit this little button, it reduces those and kind of hides them, which can be handy at certain times, but not at the moment. So those are the tags I'm adding in. I've got pictures. It's all, I mean, you can add all heaps of pictures, featured pictures, or you can add text into the body of it like we've already done. We've added our categories, we've added our tags. That's really all the important stuff. It's scheduled. And yeah, so what I'll do is I'll update because I've added the categories and the tags after we've scheduled it. So I want to update it before. And it's thinking, it's updating. Give it a minute or two. And great. So now let's take a look at it. So its post has been updated. Let's view the post. This is going to show us what it's going to look like 10 o'clock tomorrow when it posts. 10 o'clock tomorrow at Colorado time. So let's see what it looks like. Dun, dun, dun. Going to the page. Okay. So that's the website. We'll scroll down a little bit. So that's the featured image. Notice how it comes up on the top like that. So if you use the featured image function, that's going to put the picture at the top. You know, that's a great picture. I like the layout. Sure, it was the North Pole from that picture file, but still it's the guy and it's relevant. Then it's got my headline, my little intro to the article, has the body of the article, and you see it's highlighted. You put your mouse over it, click on it. It's going to take you to the article. See? Yep. Go back one. And then you see the bubbles picture that we inserted into the body of the text is down there. So yeah, that's a way to create a simple blog post. So I hope you find that helpful. There's more bells and whistles on that page that you can muck around with, and I encourage you to do so. Next video, maybe I'll show you how to use the maps and how you can add the map into something. But yeah, for now, that's a simple blog post. Thanks.